Okay, so now let's work on the show method. Let's go here, and by the way, I have returned this here task saved successfully, and you can also display this using task resource. I'm going to do this with the show methods. You will also learn that how you can use the single object, and you can also use the same here. Okay, but I want to return this user message, so that's why I did this like this. Okay, so in the show method, I want to search the task ID, and then I'm going to do this like this. And here you can grab this ID, or you can also use a route model binding like this, task and then task like this. And here simply return this task, right? And here I'm going to now create another one, like let me duplicate this. Okay, let's rename this out here. This would be the show and task slash then task ID. I'm going to add this 1 or maybe 6. This would be the task 1 ID, and then I don't need anything else. So simply send this request, and yes, it's returning this task 1, right? So in this way you can show the task here simply like this. But if you want to display this using the task resource, so this one is our task resource. Whenever you are creating your API, so always follow always create the API resource. So here I'm going to return task resource. Oops, not request, it's a resource. Okay, and here before this we use this collection helper, right? But we are now fetching only single record, so we will use this make method, right? So it will return only single task like this. Save this one and send it again. And yes, now it's wrapped this inside the data, task name and status, right? And it's now pulling these only two columns, and you can also create your own separate resource to here return the maybe in the show method you want to return the 4 columns. You can create the another resource and display the 4 column, but in general case you don't need to display the 4 column. If you are displaying this in the index 2 column, in the show method also contain the 4 columns. Okay, and then there is a update to method, right? So this one is also accept the same task and task like this. And here I'm going to now first find the task, and then I'm going to update the task. So first return this task like this, and now let me grab the update route. So here simply use the php artisan route list command, listen route to list, hit enter. Okay, and for the update api v1 slash task slash id, so it's identical, but we need to use a put or patch request, right? So only the difference is put or patch. So simply clone this out to duplicate this. Let me make this duplicate, yes. Make this update, right? And this would be the same. Okay, and then this would be the put or patch. So now what's the difference between put and patch? So basically patch will update all of your columns, right? And this patch will update only those columns which you passed to in the update method. So for example, in our case we will pass a task name, so it will update only task name, not other columns. But this put will update to other columns, right? Okay, I'm going to use this. So you can use put or patch, whatever you like, whatever not like, whatever the requirement is, right? If you want to multiple ones, you can use the put. Okay, and let's go down here. Here if I send this request to grab this, that I'm getting the this one, yes, I'm getting this one, right? return. If I verify that I'm running this update method, update, and yes, I'm getting the updates. It's mean that I'm running this update method. So here I'm going to update my resource. So first we have find this task, and then let's call this update, and here I'm going to update its name. So name, and name would be a request, and then name, it's coming from the request object. And after this I want to return this as a resource. So uh, task resource, maybe front end to engineer want to display the updated task, right? So he can display this using this make, right? I'm going to add this task, right? And also it will return the old task, right? It will not return this one. So just override this variable here like this task, and now it will return the newly updated record, right? Okay, so here we also need the raw and then JSON, and here I'm going to pass the name in the JSON to task updated like this, right? Save this one, and now I'm going to send this request, right? Send, it's return something, some error, so just pass this accept to application JSON, send, and the attempt to read name on bool. Okay, let's this is again request name task. Oh, this one, when we saved our record, so it will return the boolean value, right? So you don't need to return this out, otherwise it will throw this. And so here it will return the task, maybe it will return the previous task. We can find the task ID and return this to the resource, right? So let me test that. Is it return the new name or old name? Send this out, task updated, so it's returning the updated result, so we don't need to pass this into the variable. And when this value is saved, it will return 1, right, if the value is saved. So that's why it's calling that, we are calling this on the bool, it's showing you to this one. Okay, so now we are successfully able to update the record, and user can display this using data property. And now let's move add to the destroy stuff. It's also, this should be the task, and then task like this, and then task should be the task is find, then we want to delete this task, right? Delete, and after the delete, don't want to we want to display any mess response JSON message would be the uh, task is deleted successfully, or you can also say that removed successfully, and it's a 201. Save this one, and now let's create another out. So let me duplicate this out, duplicate here. Okay, update copy, destroy. Okay, and it's also identical, and here I need to just change this to the delete, right? So now this will delete this 6 record. Send this request, and task is deleted successfully, 201 response. It means that task is deleted successfully. If I close the other one like this, just send this request on the index. So I want to check that task 1 is exist or not, and yes, it wouldn't exist, right? We have only 5 records here. And guys, here in the data, and when you are displaying the collection, how you can paginate your records, it's pretty simple, as you are doing this in the previous Laravel version. So here simply add the paginate, and then if you want to display the simple paginate, so use paginate, and by default it will return the 15 records. We can pass only specific one. So send this request, Yes, and now it's provided the first page link, second page link, meta, and so on things. So in this way, you can display the pagination in the on the front end side, right? So hope you are learning a lot, and also share your feedback that how this series is a series helpful for you. Which thing I need to add this into the series so it will help you more. And if you want to support me on my mission to shoot the premium course freely, so subscribe my YouTube channel and share it with your friend, so I will shoot more course like this. So thank you so much for watching the videos. I will meet you in the next one. Bye bye.